What's up everyone, and welcome back to UFO Chaser. Alright, so the other day I was on Google Earth exploring around Antarctica, and out of curiosity I decided to start looking around the outer edges of it. And I literally went around the entire perimeter of Antarctica. And I found what looks like to me several cave entrances in different locations around the whole continent. I also found some unusual things while exploring around other parts of Antarctica that we'll be taking a look at as well. But first, let's head up to the entire opposite side of the planet to the North Pole, up in Greenland, where I discovered what could possibly be a UFO. So this is pretty much out here in the middle of Greenland, where really there's not a whole lot of anything. I only happened to come across this area with an option on Google Earth called Street View. Clicking on this brings up these blue highlighted areas, and if you click into one of these blue circles, it will present you with a 360-degree picture of this place of interest. Without the Street View option, this place would have been nearly impossible to find. Anyways, out here in this area of Greenland, I only found 3 areas that popped up on Street View. And when I clicked into this one here, it brought me to this, what looks like an old abandoned railroad station of some sort. Looks like it's a little bit trashed out looking, honestly, and a lot of graffiti all over the place. But anyways, I was kind of browsing around this area looking, and up over this wall over here, I noticed looked like some maybe trees over here in this corner, and then something caught my eye over here, and here it is. Now at first I thought this thing maybe some type of lamp or street light of some sort, but really looking at it, there's no connecting pole or really anything attached to it holding it. Kind of looks like it's just floating there in midair. Now I did factor in this kind of hazy out of focus area here that runs horizontal along the top part of this wall here. I don't know, it kind of looks like it created a type of overlay in the picture, but I did look at it really well, and it looks like kind of this area ends right here, and you can still clearly see an area in between it and the bottom of this object here that you can see sky behind it. So above it and below this object, you can clearly see sky behind it. Also notice what looks like could be legs or some type of landing gear of some sort off the bottom of this thing, and I don't know, it just has some really strange characteristics about it. And yeah, like I said, you can clearly see sky in the background below and above this object, and what looks like some type of legs, like I said. And then right here it also looks like there could be some type of gas or exhaust coming out of the bottom of this thing. So I could be totally wrong, just I don't know, it kind of looks like a UFO to me. Really strange. So there you go. Now down to Antarctica, where I discovered multiple cave entrances. I started in this area here and then worked my way down the coastline, just looking for anything that stuck out or seemed unusual. Here's a couple of examples. First, this object here caught my eye because of its odd shape, shadow, and size. Nothing else is around it. It's just kind of stranded in this valley by itself, and even the color of it is different than the land, ice, and snow. This land formation here looks strange, with its triangular shape. Kind of reminds me of a pyramid with its top chopped off. With all the strange things people find in Antarctica, it would be nice to have someone go down there and just confirm, hey, you found some really old shipwreckage, or hey, it's just a big rock sticking out of the ground. Either way, it'd be kind of nice to know. So moving down from this area, I start to find these cave entrances in various places. You can find the coordinates to all of these in the lower right hand part of the screen if you'd like to go check them out for yourself. Alright, here we go. As you can tell, this is some very steep sides of a mountain that come down, and this is where I first started noticing these caves. And you can obviously tell by the defined outline of this, and you can see the interior part of the wall going up inside of an opening of what looks like the mouth of a cave. You can also see the water going up inside of these what look like rather large openings, and there's quite a few actually down through this area right here. We'll get some measurements on these here in a minute. There are actually quite a few that I found, so we'll check these out for just a minute and then we'll move on down to the next section. And like I said, you can obviously tell these are caves. I just found it kind of strange that these are just all along the edge here, and like I said, I went around all of Antarctica and I found some pretty crazy ones. And these definitely look large enough where you can fit some kind of equipment or even a boat or something of that sort, you know, up inside of these things if you needed to. All right, let's move on down to the next section here and check these out that I found. These look like a couple of smaller entrances here that go up inside of the side of this mountain here. So pretty interesting. Actually, some of these that I'll be showing you here in a minute, you can actually see things up inside of them. This right here reminded me of a larger entrance, and I don't know, like I said, some of these are more defined than others, but you can just tell that there are some kind of openings and caves, you know, going into the sides right here. So here's some more right here we'll take a look at. Here's kind of a smaller opening down here, and you can tell by the outline of it, shadow, and just the kind of the outline of the entrance there, that it goes up inside of there. Here's what I was talking about right here, some kind of strange looking object, or I thought it was unusual looking. I don't know, it just looks kind of out of place. Not really sure what this is, but it just looks like it's kind of sticking out of the edge right there. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a measurement on this one, kind of get an idea. Measuring across here, just kind of roughly on this one. I don't know, over 100 feet wide right here on this one. And this is one of the smaller ones. All right, let's move on down, check out this next section here. All right, on this one right here, and this one's not only looks like a cave entrance. I mean, this one looks like a large entrance opening to a cavern. Very, very large opening here. I mean, you can see the shoreline, you can see land going up inside of it. You can see things hanging down over the edge, over the top of the entrance here. This thing is massive right here. I mean, obviously, it's some kind of opening here going up inside there. You can see the shadows going up underneath it. You can definitely tell this is some kind of opening right here. Very, very large opening. This one here is probably one of the more well-defined ones, you know, out of all of them that I found, where you can obviously tell that it's a big, massive cave entrance. Just to show you how large. Let's get a measurement on this one. Measuring across here, I mean, you can already see, I mean, wow. This thing is extremely large opening. Over 800 feet wide right here on this one. All right, moving on down here, you can tell the landscape's a little different down here. You can see more snow and ice on the surface, and not quite as steep over here on this side, but there's a couple right there that you can see. You can see the interior side part of the walls where it goes up inside. There's that 1, 2, 3, at least 3 right there so far. Moving on down, here's one right here. You can see where the water goes up inside of it. You can kind of see the shadows and the outline of the entrance. I mean, you can definitely tell it's an opening. All right, moving on around here. There's another smaller opening right here, you can tell. And kind of looks like a darker, kind of unusual looking object sticking out of that one. Let's move on down here, see what we got. There could be a couple more kind of down through here, but this right here definitely caught my eye. Not sure what it is. Just looks like some kind of strange object kind of sticking out the side right here, and it's close enough to the edge of the water right there. Kind of reminded me even of I don't know, like maybe a cave entrance that could have been like covered up or been buried up somehow. As we come down through this part right here, you can tell the landscape's changed again already. This is kind of strange looking here. You can kind of see like the underwater current pushing through there. And these right here definitely are well defined as well. You can see things hanging down over the entrance of these. You know, it looks like one definitely right there. You can see an opening going up inside here. Things hanging down over the top of it. Coming across here to this other side, right next to it over here. Now this thing guy right here reminded me of there to the right side of it there. Looks like a kind of a spooky looking ghost skeleton just kind of hanging out up inside there. Kind of creepy. There he is. But anyways, yeah, you can definitely tell this is a big opening right here. A couple of them. You know, and like I was saying, you can even see the shadows that these big entrances are casting down, you know. And you can see the whole outline of the entrance itself. And just the interior parts of the wall going up inside there. Definitely a cave entrance. You know, there could be a couple of little ones there. Moving on around here, you know, looks like one right there as well. A little bit smaller of an opening, but you know, definitely an opening. Coming back around to this one here, the little skeleton cave. Looks like it's got the little ghost skeleton inside there. We're going to take a measurement on it across. Like I said, you know, these are fairly large openings here, 450 feet across on that one. You know, some big openings. Coming on down around here, you know, here's another one here. You see little chunks of ice and water going up inside of it. Looks like it's a little steeper again over here on this side. And you can see the darker part there. Reminds me of kind of the side of the cave wall, I guess you could call it, you know, of the opening going up in there. So kind of in a 3D view here, you can kind of see the features of the landscape there. You know, honestly, you know, some of these could just be little cracks in the sides of the rock or the terrain. I'm not sure, but they definitely look like openings to me. Coming on around here, you can see how the landscape's changed again. You know, this side over here looks a lot drier. You can almost see, looks like some type of vegetation or something up there on the ground, like grass possibly. But here's something on the edge here that caught my eye. Kind of interesting looking. Looks like a huge mask, just kind of sitting there on the shore by itself. Type of craft, I don't know. Kind of strange looking. Something there down kind of below it too in the water there a little bit. Alright, coming down around here. It's a lot steeper over here. Now these right here, you know, there's one right there I kind of passed, and even right here, you know, some of these look like it's got kind of cover, you know, over it, like where they're kind of being covered up a little bit. Either some stuff hanging down in front of it or some stuff that's inside of it that you can see kind of exposed, you know. But definitely strange and unusual looking. There's a couple right through here. There's one there, and then over here to the left of it, you know, looks like a couple more. Or even right here looks like it could be a large opening. And here's what I'm talking about, the one to the arrow there pointing at. Looks like something covering over the front of it, kind of camouflaged. You know, this one, there's a couple through here. This is one of them, for example. It's more kind of a square cutout kind of opening. You know, it reminded me of something that could be even man-made, possibly, like a man-made opening that's being covered up. You know, and as we go down through here, there's some things that I haven't mentioned, but I've definitely looked, you know, all around the edges here, even up on the land. You know, there's some strange looking characteristics, and some of the land itself even, you know, some of the lines, some different objects here and there that just look kind of strange. You know, I've definitely noticed. Looks like a smaller little opening there that could go up inside there. Right here, into a little cave. So as you see, you know, there's quite a few, you know. It's kind of unusual over here. Looks like a couple little areas. Like I said, you know, some of these could go nowhere. You know, they could just be little cracks or opening, I guess, in the rock or the surface, but they definitely look like little openings, and you know, some of them fairly large openings. You know, talking about the strange looking objects that could be up around these, you know, this is where I found right there, and I think over to the right of this, these are right above the area I was just showing. You know, it looks like a couple of triangular type objects just across from each other, just setting up here. So, you know, after looking at all these, it kind of just led me to wonder, you know, if these do exist all around Antarctica, where do they go? How deep do they go? What's inside of them? And is there a chance that they have been covered up or camouflaged?